How do we know this world which we are so sure about? How do we recognize this world which we are so very sure about? With the senses, okay? With the five senses, right? Really? Is it what the senses present to us? Could it be something else too? 1 minute. Now, I see this microphone in front of my eyes. I can hear it when I knock. The sense is also working. I can see it. My eyes are working. Chakshu. You can almost smell it. I cannot taste it because I don't want to. So all the senses are engaged in recognizing this. At least let's think about one sense, which is perception. Eyes. So I see with my eyes and I say, this is a round object which has a net kind of thing around it. It's attached to us. A rod here, and there's a wire going and so on and so forth. And I say it is this size. This is what my senses say. And based on my previous knowledge which I have gathered, I said this is what they call a microphone because it kind of takes my voice and expands it. It's the idea I have. But what do I see? This shape. Now, can we ask this question? Can we trust the eyes that say that it is round? Can we fully trust the eyes? Every morning we see the sunrise. Every morning. Any kid in the high school would tell you that the sun neither rises nor sets, Dad. It's the earth that's moving and so on. But we see every day. Can we believe it? If seeing is believing, there are many things which we cannot see, which we might have to believe. Can we really say that something is the shape that you really see it in? I'm going to explain this a little more. You might say it's too much of a far-drawn comparison, but let's come down to this. Do you know, I'm sure you know, that different creatures have different kinds of eyes? We have not got into an elephant's head and looked through its eyes. We don't know what its optical instruments are. And therefore we don't know how it sees us when it sees us. Maybe it sees us like a big giant, which is why it gets all agitated. Or we think we are small and he is big. The optical instrument of seeing may be different. The common housefly has compound eyes. Can you imagine how it would see this microphone? Might see many round things put together. But I see it this way, so I say it is what? This is correct. For me, absolute truth. For the fly, that is the absolute truth. Right? Why? Because I was born with a certain kind of lens in my eyes. If I was born with a different set of eyes, like instead of a convex lens, if I had a concave lens, suppose, how would I see this microphone? Different. I might call it microphone if I am taught from childhood, this is a microphone. But my idea of the microphone is completely different from your idea of the microphone. Actually it is. Let's not get into that. So all I'm trying to say, that your idea of the world is entirely based on your five senses, on your instruments of perception. Therefore don't accept it as absolute and say this is what it is. If that is so, then we really don't know how the world is. We know only the impressions given to us by our senses. We really don't know how it is. We are 100% sure we know, but we don't. We know only the images that are given to us. But something must be existing, right? Whatever be the image presented, different in some cases, different in the other, something exists. So we say that all that is pure existence. How and in what mode it exists is very relative, therefore not correct, not true. And as you advance into the understanding of your own self, which is of the essence of consciousness, you also begin to understand that all the world is also that consciousness evolved in different ways. Let me put it this way. Imagine that in the beginning of creation, there is energy coming at one frequency only. And then suddenly it splits into different frequencies. And the different frequencies are what we see as different things. Originally, there is only one frequency, there is only one. So, if you retract from seeing outside and go within, what the Upanishad calls the Nivritti Marga, is opposed to the Pravritti Marga, going outward, you begin to realize that in essence everything is one. But first it has to be found here. It can't be found there. When it's found here, then it's understood. When this is understood, then everybody is yours and you're everybody's. There is no everybody. What do you mean of everybody? Means every body. There are no such bodies. You think it's a theory? Not a theory, my dear friend. It's a fact. We need to look into this carefully. And all the sadhanas that are done is basically to de-hypnotize ourselves from this conditioning that everything is different. There's only one. It's not. People say, meditating, are you hypnotizing yourself? I say, no, we are de-hypnotizing ourselves for what we have been taught from childhood, that everything is different. Everything is one. When one has understood that, then the Upanishad says sorrow doesn't touch you. Because sorrow also becomes part of you. It's not, it has lost its sting. दुख तो अपना साथी है. Sukh is like coming and going. So if you're a friend, then what's the problem out there? Nothing. So be friendly with dukh. Not deliberately, but when it comes. So understand that the world, the universe that you see with your five instruments of observation or instruments of perception ultimately evolves from yourself, how you look at it. And you are the reality. Now, there is one basic problem here, which is the mind is so scattered. It's going here, it's going there, and we need to bring it to some kind of a stability before you can. Theoretically, yes, one can understand, before one can actually begin to see this. One of the biggest problems in this is the feeling that I know. Because if you know, then nothing else will get in there. We are successfully sealed from getting anything new in, because I know. Therefore the Upanishad says, he who knows, knows not, and you who knows not, knows. No, this doesn't mean that you should say, I don't know, therefore I know. Because I sometimes encounter people who come to me and say, sir, I don't know anything. Please, just a minute. What have you done till now? Well, I have done this, I have done that. You just now said you don't know anything. So, it's not that.